how to make a Khan Academy style video. I'm a math teacher working in Norway, and currently all of our schools are locked down, and so I thought maybe other people out there would like to make sort of Khan Academy style videos. Love Khan Academy videos, but I like to make my own videos, and of course in Norwegian for my classes. So I wanted to show you guys how I do it and see if it's helpful. What I'm currently using when I'm filming this is Screencast-O-Matic. It's the, in my mind, easiest way to make videos. You have to, before you do this, figure out one way to make the video. But aside from that, what you need is a microphone. Really, I don't know, cheap or expensive, but you have to have good sound. And of course, what I'm drawing on right now is the vacuum drawing board. Probably other ones can work as well. Not very into this, but this works very well for me. And the program that I'm currently in, this is the smoothdraw 4.05. I think that this is the same program that Khan uses himself. He writes while he makes the movies, but like you see, I have these different layers that I use because it will be too long a video if I have to write at the same time. Not as good as Khan is. So basically, this is what you will learn. This smoothdraw, by the way, see, that's why I wrote it down already. To remember, you can download it. It's for free. It doesn't work for Mac. It is newer versions. I think it's 4.16 or something. But in the new versions, I didn't find the toolbars that I wanted, so I recommend 4.05. What you can do with this, and I'm going to show you in this first, and then in the end of the movie, I'll show you how to set this up, because this is set up for me. I have chosen these toolbars, and I've chosen these colors, this size, brush size, and all of that. I'll show you later. But as you can see, this is what I do. I already written it in different layers. So that is the main point for me when I make a movie, that I can do it before. I know exactly, and I have the time to do it in peace and quiet, but then I don't have to show all of it at once. I can just press these layers. And of course, when I film for my students, they will only see this in the green. Just to show you guys now, I have it here as well. So they will only see the screen, and then things just pop up when I want it to. If I am unsure what to say, for instance, I will just pause the video, figure out what I'm going to happen in the next layers. Maybe I forgot what I'm going to say. And then I'll just start it again and then move on. So it's fairly easy to do. Okay, so you can draw and write in different layers like I did right now. And I like it actually, like you saw here. I can use different colors to get different points out, easier to follow. For instance, in math, you can have certain numbers be certain colors, so it's easier to follow where the numbers go, for instance. Very easy to do that. I'll show you how to do it later on. See, now I just switched to colors here. This is the pen I use when I write. So when I show you, I use this hand. Okay. So what else? Well, of course, you can also have pictures in here. Not too many pictures, to be honest, because the system will crash eventually. But you can add pictures. I can show you how you can get those in. Sometimes it's a bit hard to get them at the right spot. What you will then do, you can just see I'm at this level, this layer now, because it's gray, and I can do this. I can, if it's on the wrong, like if it's placed over here, you just do this, and then you will cut it out, and then you will just paste it in. And then while you paste it in, you can put it wherever you want. So sometimes it will just paste here, wrong location. You just do this, and then you cut it out, paste it in, and then you put it where you want to be. So okay, so as a math teacher, I use this sometimes if I also want this one. So if I want to make something in this with easier to do math, you can do that. And you draw more easy as well. One of the, I didn't learn this in the beginning, but to make like straight lines, instead of trying to do some straight lines, you just go back. You just hold the shift button in, and while you hold it, you draw, and it will be a straight line. So that makes it much easier. For here, for instance, you just choose black and you're gonna draw, and then you can like to a coordinate system or whatever. So this is much easier. So the straight lines, like I said. And what you can do also is that you can like make a drawing and maybe you want more of these. So, well, you just copy it the way I said yesterday before. Sorry, I'm not going to tape this more than once, so you will have some errors in here. Okay, you just choose that one. You mark it and you copy it and then you paste it, and it will, right now it's going to be somewhere there. Maybe you don't even see it, and then you just get it wherever you want. So it's good for many things also in math when you want to have more of the same ones. So that's easy. You can of course also vary how you have the brush size. I have to have a brush here. So this one, if you want to have it really thick, oh, this is in black, sorry, we'll do it in white. You can have like really thick like that, or if you want it more thin, you get it more thin. So you choose this brush size of this. Didn't want to have the scribbling there. So that's good too, because sometimes when I draw things like that, or maybe also in here, I want to have a thinner line, and sometimes I want a big thicker line. So it's good for you to choose. So point is that you can make everything ready and then you can start filming, right? Because I think I don't have a script or what to say, but when I like sort of made this kind of script already, it's easier to just talk through it, and then you know what to do. If you find an error, then usually you find it more when you film. You kind of think a little bit differently. So basically what you do, you made it all of these layers finished. I mean, sometimes I have layers, maybe 100 layers if it's a math video and I want to have things put in here or whatever. And you can also choose to close some of the layers and have some of the other ones open, so you can put something on this and want to take it off again for the next one, you can do that. So sometimes I have a lot of layers, but what you do when you're going to do it, you just close all your layers, like all of that down, and then maybe just open them up quickly to see how it's gonna be, and then you just pop them open while you talk and do the filming. So that's very easy. Just check them before, like one round first through, so you know that's, because sometimes one of the problems is that you think right now I'm in layer 16, so but maybe I wanted to like write on after this one and I forget I'm in the wrong layer. So the layer you're in right now, I'm in layer 18, right? So if I write now here, I'm in layer 18. But if I accidentally had this one, I am writing in layer 13. So you see, if I close 13, that goes away. So sometimes you find those errors while you go through before you start filming. So that's a big thing, smart thing to do. Okay, so basically what I'm going to do now, what I want to teach you, so now I've shown you a little bit, you can get a feeling of it. I'm going to teach you how you can customize your smoothdraw to do this. And basically the size of this drawing thing here, I don't remember what it's called. This is much smaller when you start, so I'm making it bigger. How you get your colors here, or your backgrounds if you want to, and all of those tools over here, so you can use them. So if you're interested, I'll show you very quickly. So basically when you open smoothdraw 405, then you will get this small canvas, it's called, I forgot. So the first thing I will resize this, and it took me a while to understand how I can do it. Maybe you can do it in a better way, but this is what I do. Figure it out. You go to resize, and usually what I like is I just, like right now you have the width and the height combined, so if you do one of them, both of them will go up. So I basically do them as big as long as I can, because then I can do everything in one video, and sometimes I have a lot. So if you go for a while here, you can do this, gets bigger and bigger. Sometimes I want the length more than I want the width, so I just do the width now. And you can see I won't do the whole way, but maybe I'll do up to 3000 or something. You can do that. So you can also actually correct it later on if you don't have space enough. So when you press OK, you get a bigger canvas. So this is what I do. Basically, you won't have those tools bar. I don't remember at the moment what is usually here. But if you press this one, you can choose. And if you want one that's not here, like I would maybe the eyedropper for some reason, or the hard, I have the hard eraser, I'm using that. But if you want one of those, you can just press it and then you can take it up here, I think. So then you have it there. So what I would choose is I use this as a pen. This is my main one. So I have those, like you would do that, put it here. I don't use the pencil that much. What I basically use is that one, and I use this hand because then I can, when you have this one, you can take this around, and when you film, they will see the hand as well. And just get all of those up, the ones you want. You definitely need to use that one. You definitely need to use the hand, the razor, and this bucket thing. And I think one of the problems, I think, with the newer version was I didn't find the bucket. So you want that one. Okay, so when you have the right ones here, I don't think you have any colors in here. What you can do then, if you click this, you see here different colors. Maybe you want a green one for some reason, like a light green. And you choose that one. You have those light green here. And when you see one of these here, this is easier to do with like not the pen, but with your mouse here. When you have those light green and you want it, for instance, here in that little square right there, you just right click on that square. Then you get that color. So what I usually do is I find some colors that I like, then I can pre-load it in here so I can get those colors. Now it's a little bit messy, but I'm gonna clean it up. But you can also, like when I'm here without putting in here, I will figure out, well, maybe I want a darker green. Like I show you the back of the screen was dark green. Maybe I think, oh, I want that color. If I want to save it, to have it for further use, I can just put it like down here on the right click, and it will be there. It's working now. And so since I don't like to have white, for some reason I don't like to have white here, I like to have either dark green, dark blue, dark purple, and real lighter colors. For some reason I like it better. I think Canva usually has black. Then you just use this one, use the bucket. And as you see, I'm in the background right now. So you want the background to be in a color, you do this. And you get the color. If you thought, no, this is too light, I want a darker green, you just go there and then do it again. Get a darker, sorry, or a lighter one. So you have your background. Okay, so when I started to write, I don't want to write in the background. Now we're going to start with the layers. So when you go here, you see commands and it says add new layers. So now I'm on layer 1. So if I write right now, going to write with green, so that's not going to work. I use the white one, I use the pen, I can write, right? And if you haven't written on this background board before, it's going to take some time for you to get used to writing. It's a bit different. So, but I'm writing in layer 1, so if and both of them are open right now, because you see the open eye. If I close, you can't see it. Right? So this is how it works. And I want to write something more. Well, now I actually have this sentence cut in two, right? So this is how you do it. You add layers and you add layers and you can write something. And right now I'm in layer 3, right? So just be aware of which layer you're gonna do, because if you want to write something more, and if this is active, I'm writing in layer 2. And if I want a yellow one, I'm gonna, sorry, it's all my students sending me messages. Yellow. And that's gonna not be, even though I write it later, it's not gonna be in layer 3, it's gonna be in layer 2, right? So this is how you do it. Just build it up. Here, layer 4, maybe you want to put something in. If you already got something, I have this from my last video. This is now in layer 4. And sometimes, I don't know, for no reason, you can easily like get it where you want to. Sometimes it won't. And now if I press the pen and for some reason I have two of them, this is stuck here. And then if I think, oh no, I'm not going to have it here, again, use that one, and then you just cut it out and then paste it in, and then you can always move it that way. But I'm still always in this layer. Okay, for the pen size, I actually have to be on a pen, and then you see the brush size like I showed you before, but you have to figure out like what kind of thickness. This is a bit too thick for me. I would like maybe oh, that's too little. I think you can also do it here if you want to. Sometimes I work a little bit to figure out like, okay, this is my favorite, right? So basically, I want you to try this. See, I think it's easy to use. Probably getting everything done. When you're using the vacuum board, you have to put this driver in. Maybe that will take a little while. You actually have to get the vacuum board and the microphone. But this program, hopefully you can get it even though it's an older version. I think it's mainly because of that. The big point for me is the layers and be able to put it in, to get those right lines, to draw in math, get the coordinate system in. You can draw in there like this. But I hope this was helpful. Good luck.